Welcome back to the channel, and as you can see we have a new bike in the garage. We have a 1989 Kawasaki ZX10. So over the next few videos you're going to see me try to restore the bike back to its former glory. Now I remember when this bike was first launched in 1988. I actually think I've still got a poster that I had from Bike magazine in 1988. I'll have to have a look and see if I can find that. But anyway, the bike is in general good condition. Bodywork wise, it's okay. It's got a few dents and scratches, but I'm not going to be doing much bodywork to the bike. I'll probably be spraying the frame because there's a nasty scuff on this side. The bike's done 22,500 miles, which is quite low. Unfortunately, I think it's a bit too low. I think it's done about 500 miles in the last 10 years. So due to lack of use, it's not running particularly well. I think that's down to the carbs. I have ridden the bike and it rides okay. The engine's very strong. It's just very lumpy at low speed. So like I say, we'll be taking care of the carburetors. So we'll be doing a general service as well, oil filter, plugs, etc, etc. Other things we're going to be doing on it is, I think one of the fork legs is leaking, so that's going to need to be sorted out. The exhaust isn't original, it's got a single-sided exhaust, but the chances of finding original exhaust for this are very slim, so that'll be staying. The tyres are 2004 tyres, so they're 15-year-old, so they may need changing at some point. I'm going to be going through all the bearings, wheel bearings, suspension bearings, etc, just to make sure everything's in good shape. I have no idea what's been done to the bike in the last 30 years. I've got no service history. I've got all the MOTs to sort of verify the mileage. The mileage I believe is genuine, but like I say, I have no idea what's been done to the bike. So the bike's had 5 owners, so I'm expecting to find a few problems, a bit of poor mechanics or whatever, so we'll have a little look around. The fuel gauge doesn't work, the temperature gauge doesn't work, but all in all, the bike's in good condition. The first thing I'm going to be doing is taking the bodywork off and taking the tank off so I can get to the carburetors. That's the first thing I'm going to be starting with. It's pointless going into anything else until I get that sorted, so wish me luck. remember to bag up your bolt and label them accordingly. Okay, so if you look at lots of the fairing, there are cracks and marks and scuffs and repairs, but on the outside it's generally okay. Again you can see other repairs where somebody has pulled these off a little bit too eagerly and pulled the legs off and had to glue them back in place. But like I say, on the outside it looks okay. Almost looks like every panel has been damaged. I don't know what that is. So that's all the bodywork off. Now we would say most of the panels have got some sort of repair to them. Now I would say that's down to lack of care. People pulling things apart when they don't know what to do, not reading any instructions, don't know what the hell's going on there. You can have an excuse sometimes for dropping the bike, but not all the panels should get damaged. Somebody's taken the original mudguard tail tidy off and they've made this one, which in all fairness is okay. It's not awful, it's reasonably well made. But I'm going to try and source an original one and put it back on. Excuse the noise, we've got a bit of a storm going on, so the noise you can hear is rain. Okay, so now I've got to get the tank off. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. We got the tank off. We can now get to the carburetors. but that'll come in the next video. Okay, before I go delving into the carburettor, what I'm going to do first is change the spark plugs just in case it's that. Now, the previous owner of the bike had the carburettors sonically cleaned and balanced, but that was about 2 years ago, and it pretty much hasn't run since. Done a couple of miles, so I'm suspecting it's the carbs, but I'm going to do the spark plugs first. Before we do that, I'm going to start the bike so you can see how it's running at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to give it a little bit of choke. So as you can see, it struggles to run, and even when it's warmed up it'll still cough and splutter, and you've got to use the choke and slip the clutch to run and whatever. So I'm going to go in with the plugs first and just see if it runs a little bit better. Okay, so the first one out looks a bit oily, possibly. I'm just going to check the gap. Okay, so we're looking for 0.7, 0.8. The gap seems okay. Let's get them all out. Again, they don't look too bad, but I'm going to put new ones in. Well, they're not new ones, they're old ones I've got, but they're in reasonable condition. Okay, so rather than drop the spark plug in, put it on a little bit of tube. Good, so that one started off. Okay, so that's the plugs changed. It'd be really nice if that was the problem. Let's give it a go. Okay, so it seems about the same.